The ICEVI, the Nippon Foundation Mathematics Package for Teachers. Title of the video, Subtraction using the expanded form template. Let us do a complicated subtraction using this template. Assume that we have to subtract the number 1987 from 7365. You can use abacus to do the calculation, and you can use the expanded form template too to do the calculation. So what we have to do, we have to place the number first in the respective columns. Now let us take the first number. 5 is placed in the unit column because 5 is the least having the least value among the 4765. Now take the 6th one and place it in the 10th column because it has the 10th value, and 3 should be taken and let us place it in the 100th column, and the 7 should be placed in the 1000th column. Let us take the second number, place 7 below the 5 which is in the unit column because 7 is in the unit column, and then place 8 below 6 which is in the 10th column, and 9 below 3 and 1 below 7, right? So here 7365 is the first number, 1987 is the second number. Now let us start subtracting. Now we have to subtract the second number from the first number. So any manipulation you have to do, any amendment you have to do, that should be done with respect to the digits of the first number only. This is very important. Now we have to subtract 7 from 5. We cannot subtract 7 from 5 because 5 is smaller than 7. So we have to make the unit value of the 5 bigger. How can you do this? You have to add one digit here, that is multiple of 10. So whatever you borrow, that should be multiples of 10. So that means when you are borrowing a number from the 10th column, that becomes 10 plus 5. Okay, so what you do, you are adding 1 here, and that makes that number 15, but correspondingly that 1 in the 10th column should be reduced. So what you do, you take that 6 away and place 5 there. Now 15 and 7. Now what is 7 subtracted from 15? The number is 8. Well, number is 8. If you are able to do it mentally, fine. Otherwise you can take 15 beads and then take 7 away and ask the child to count, then it will become 8, right? So you can use a variety of methods. Now let us go to the 10th column. Here you have to subtract the number 8 from 5. Is it possible? No, it is not possible. So what you have to do, you have to borrow a number from the 100th column. So that is multiple of 10. The 100th column is multiple of the 10th column. So when you borrow a number from the 10th column, then you have to add it with the number in the 10th column. That is, now it becomes 15. Now the number is 3 in the 100th column. So 3 cannot be there because you have borrowed 1 from there. So what happens, the 2 is placed. Now what is 8 subtracted from 15? Again you can do the calculation. You can use the beads if the child is not able to. So that becomes 7. So 8 subtracted from 15 becomes 7. So now we are through with the two numbers, the unit column number and the 10th column number. Now let us go to the 100th column. So you have to subtract 9 from 2. It can't be, because 9 is bigger than 2. So what you have to do, follow the procedure that we have adapted in the other numbers. So you have to borrow a number from the 1000th column. So as 1000 is a multiple of the 100 by 10 times, so you take one number from the 1000th column and add it to the number in the 100th column. So what happens, when you add one number, you have to subtract it from the number in the 1000th column. So what happens, this 7 is replaced by 6. So before you go ahead with the problem, you have to just make sure that you are using the right number. Right, now the 9 should be subtracted from the 12. So what is the number you get here? And the number is 3. So what is 6 minus 1? It is 5. 6 minus 1 is 5. So what is the resultant value? 5378. So 5378. We started with the number 7365, and the number 1987 had to be subtracted from that number. Now you have used the expanded form template to do the calculation. So what we have got, it is nothing but 5 multiplied by 1000 plus 3 multiplied by 100 plus 7 multiplied by 10 plus 8 multiplied by 1. That is 5378.